Hello, my people. Que lo que, mi gente? Dímelo. It's El Joel, and we are back here again with the Souliliquy Show, Part 5. So, again, thank y'all. Shout out to all of y'all who've already watched a couple of these videos already. Again, just want to introduce myself, a couple things that I kind of been through in my life, how I move, how I think the way I think, how I move the way I move, and how even, most importantly, how I develop my faith, right, in God. So, but this one's crazy. This soliloquy is based on a DUI story. No, I didn't get a DUI. It's more so how I got out of the DUI, but this is a wild one. So buckle up. And here we go. Soliloquy Part 5, the DUI story. Or should I say the DUI testimony, actually, better said. So here goes. So back in the day when I was 20 years old, I was in college at this time. And I remember one night, me and my friend Chris, we wanted to go out to, just to have a good time at a club, an under 21 club, of course. At the time, I was living up in New Hampshire at the time. So anyway, at this time, I actually was able to snag a fake ID, just another Dominican dude who just so happened we looked alike, whatever. So we really didn't, but it's New Hampshire. White people sometimes have a hard time distinguishing, how we look. Some of us just look alike, right? But it is what it is. But I got away, right? Never had an incident with this ID. So, me and my boy, we went to get a couple beers. I got a couple beers, started drinking a little bit, pre-gaming before the club. And, we go to this club in Manchester, New Hampshire. It's just the city part of Manchester. And it's cool. It's vibing. And, obviously, what are us young and dumb? What are we trying to do? We're trying to have a good time, but obviously we're trying to, maybe meet a girl, right? Get to know her, dance with her, right? And who knows, whatever transpires after. But that was the young mentality. So I remember towards the end of the club was closing. It was like 2:00 or something like that. And, these girls were, they left, but they wanted to meet up again and hang out, whatever, truly hang out. And maybe continue drinking or smoking, whatever. So I was telling my boys, yo, Chris, you want to hang out with these shorties right here? They're trying to chill, bro. Let's make it happen. And but no, he was tired. He wanted to go home and just call it a night. We had a good time at the club. So I was like, all right, bet. You want to stay back? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna chill with these women. So I remember hitting up my other boy Eric, to get a bag off of him, a big bag, so me and these girls could smoke. So I remember I went to pick up the bag of weed, and I remember rolling them up, and I rolled up 2 nice blunts, and I put it right in my ear, right here. Now back in the day, 20 years old, I'm older now, but this is 12 years ago. So but I remember these girls sent me their address, and I'm trying to put their address. I'm driving towards them, but I'm trying to put their address in the TomTom. That's how old I am. I'm old school, in the TomTom, right? Where you had to buy a GPS, right? We got GPS on our phones now. We have to. So I'm over here trying to plug in the GPS on my dashboard. But while I'm doing that, I'm over here kind of. I'm not drunk, but I'm kind of swerving. Yes, I did drink. Yeah, I admit it. But I'm kind of swerving because I'm trying to do 2 things at once. Literally, I'm trying to put in the address and trying to focus on the road. Yo, Pete, tell me how I'm doing this all of a sudden. Next thing I hear, whoop, whoop, just a siren. I see lights flashing red and blue lights, and my heart just sank. Yo, I'm telling you, I never felt a state of panic ever in my life. And I was like, oh snap, yo, there's cops, yo, I'm freaking out because this is New Hampshire. This is a predominantly white area, and I'm colored. Y'all say I'm colored. So I already have this little superstition, be careful, man. You a target out here, right? You a mark out here. So be careful. So, yo, I'm over here trying to get the blunts out of my ear. I'm trying to hide it and everything. And, I put the bag of weed down, and I remember the beers I told y'all about. Yo, that was in my front seat on the floor and everything like that. There was open beer bottles and 2 unopened ones. And I'm damn, I'm freaking out because I already know that these cops, they see that I'm done. And I was in college. So I'm over here thinking I'm going to lose my scholarship and all that. I don't really have a scholarship, grants and all that stuff. So, yo, tell me how. Yo, They come out. This is a true story, so it's about to get real. They come out right to my car door. Freeze, like literally, clock the whole thing and everything. Freeze, like, and I'm just I just froze. I was like, oh, like I didn't even know what to do. Like, but they just two cops, like one on one side, one on the other side, and literally guns drawn. I never had guns drawn on me before, but when this happened, yo, my goodness. I knew I knew it was the end. I was done. I was done. And I just listened to everything they said. What are you doing? You're fidgeting. What are you fidgeting? Do you have any weapons on you? Any weapons on you at all? And I was like, no, sir. No, sir. Do you have any drugs or anything? And I was like, no, I mean, I have this weed here. I was moving that away. Like, I wasn't trying to do anything. Oh, anything else in the car? And I was like, I mean, yeah, I have beers here. I'm over here like guilt tripping like crazy. Right. So, and I'm like, yeah, beers here and da da da. My voice is trembling. And they're like, get the hell out of the car. Forget it. I'll just say it like, get the fuck out of the car. Like, da 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 da. Like, like, and I'm still, guns are still drawn on me. Like, I'm like, damn, yo, like, y'all clearly say I have no guns, but still, okay, I get it. So I'm over here like, yep, go. And they're like, get the hell out. Put your hands up. I put my hands up. They immediately put my hands behind my back. They literally put me in handcuffs. They put me around the corner to sit on the curb, literally, as they have to do their search inside my car. They find my weed that I was like trying to hide. They found my big weed bag that I had. It was like 7 grams or something like that. And they clearly found and saw all the open beer bottles. At this point, I already knew I had to take this L. But remember, if y'all watched my older videos, like by this point, I already had God in my life. I believed in God. I believed in something higher than myself. But this time I wasn't doing anything in terms of like, oh, God, get me out of this. Or God, like, please have them erase anything. Nah, I just accepted it. I held myself accountable. And I looked up and I said something along the lines of like, God, I messed up. This is on me. I know better. I should have done better, but I didn't. And you get it. I don't want to save y'all the story. I was just having a conversation with him. Because again, all God wants is a relationship. I was having just a true and real conversation about how I messed up. How, man, after this, I'm going to do better. Yes, I'm more than likely going to lose my scholarships and my grants from my college. But it is what it is. I'm going to join the military. Like, I already had plans of after I get kicked out of school, after I get out of jail, I was over here doing all this planning of like, yep, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to jail. I'll pay the fine. I'm going to go to the military after because I'm going to lose my scholarship, da, 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 da. After I'm done my conversation, these cops are still going through my everything. They checking for guns. They checking for weapons. They checking for drugs, anything like that. And mind you, I forgot to say this. They were undercover, so they were dressed in plain clothes and everything. So I'm even more scared because I'm like, oh, this is real. They were probably really targeting something. But next thing I know, I forgot the officer's name, but one of them calls me up and he's like, get the hell up out of here. What do you do? And I was like, yeah, I work for T-Mobile. I'm a college student. Like, at SNU, Southern New Hampshire University. And they're like, okay, all right. And you have anything else in the car? And I was like, no, sir, it's just the marijuana and the alcohol. And he was like, all right, do you have any fucking idea what you're doing? Do you know how fucking dumb you are right now? Do you understand how stupid you are? Like, you should be coming in the back of the paddy wagon with us in handcuffs. We can get fired right now. So you need to do this one thing. Get up, get your ass up. I did. Then he was like, see this beer right here in your car? Grab all the beer. Pour it out. All right, sir. Grab the beer. Pour them all out. Mind you, I had like one cuff on, so it was kind of weird because I had just one hand. But I don't know, like they cuffed me to like my belt, my belt, so I can't move. But anyway, he tells me, all right, now all that weed, that bag of weed, grab that weed. I was like, all right, boom, grabbed it. He was like, throw it on the ground and stomp all that weed out. I was like, all right, grab the weed. I stomp it on the ground. And I'm like, all right, looks at me again. And he was like, do you understand You could have thrown your whole life away with these two stupid things that you're doing right now. And what was it for? You said you were trying to find what? A girl? Or girls to hang out with? And you were willing to throw all of this away just for a good time. You had all this going for you, man. And let me tell you, like, I was just shocked. I was in shock. I really couldn't say anything because he just kept going on like, you're very dumb, like, and we can get arrested for what we're about to do right now. But we do want the best for you. So what we're going to do, we're not going to let you go for free, but we are going to give you a ticket for going over the double line. All right. So hang tight right here. We'll be right back. They came back. First they let go of the cuffs. They got me out of the cuffs and they told me, okay, sit in your car. They come back. They give me a ticket and it's going over the double line. And they were like, listen, make sure we don't see you like this on the road ever again. This better not be repeated itself. Have a nice night. And just let me go for free. Y'all, I bawled my eyes out all the way home. Like literally, I was in tears. Like, just like, yo, God, like, what? Yo, what? Are you serious right now? Not for real, y'all. Like, for real, hear me out. Number one, who gets out of DUIs? Anybody. Do you know how crazy and hard it is to get out of a DUI? That's number one. Nobody should get out of a DUI. Number two, I'm underage. I'm 20 years old, underage, with not only alcohol, illegal substances in a state where they declare it is illegal, completely illegal, and you can get arrested for it alone. Thirdly, I'm brown, like in an all-white state. So it was just, I just couldn't help it. I was just overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed with so much emotion. And I truly felt that it was just God telling me, like, yo, wake up. Wake up. You have too many distractions around you. You're putting things you're doing. I have a goal for you. I have a plan for you. And look at what you're doing to jeopardize this plan. And y'all, like, just everything that I just mentioned, all of those factors, and I still got out of a DUI. Technically, and I was drunk or buzzed, whatever you want to say, with illegal substances. What are the chances? What are the odds? For real, come on now, that happens. What are the odds that you get out of a DUI? Slim. It can happen, probably, yeah. What are the odds that you get out of a DUI underage? I bet. Probably not going to happen. What are the odds you're going to get out of a DUI underage? And again, you're in a predominantly all-white state. The chances, this was all God, y'all. So please, the moral of the story is keep him in front, no matter what the situation, good and bad. You better celebrate that, man. Celebrate the Most High with the good and the bad. You can't appreciate the sunshine without a little bit of rain, So no matter what, all he wants you to do is remember that relationship that you built. Okay, he already knows all the good and bad that you're going to do. He knows all the sins that you've done in the past. He knows the sins that you're going to do in the present. He knows the sins you're about to do in the future. All he wants you to do is come back to him, align yourself, right? So y'all take care. Don't be drinking and driving. Don't do that, right? Be smart about it. Lord knows, like, I battle with that. I don't overly get drunk, but I definitely still enjoy, an occasional drink. But y'all, for real, be safe, drink responsibly. And yeah, right. Always chase the light, follow the light, and God bless y'all. Keep them up front. El Joel out. Peace.